Let me welcome you, my dear students. This is our 8th learning session of Discourse Studies, in which we are going to discuss about the discourse and genre. Before I start my discussion on discourse and genre, let me discuss here the previous lecture in which we have discussed the practical implementation of 3D model on movies. So let's start our discussion on discourse and genre. So dear students, let's discuss the definition of what is genre. Genre is a French word which means specific variety. So genre is a specific variety of language or literature. So we can say that the language used in professional setting is called genre. Language used in specific communicative events, that is also called genre. So specific variety of language used in specific event to communicate. So this is about the what is genre. Let me discuss here the genre analysis. There are so many genres, and the types of genres are called the language and literature. So analysis of the language used in specific communicative event is called genre analysis, or we can say that analysis of language used in professional setting is called genre analysis. For example, classroom lecturing, delivering lecture or speeches, drama, poetry, novel, short story, prose, etc. are also genre. Because of academic genre, writing is report writing, thesis, article writing, assignments. These are also called genres. So dear students, let me discuss here that there are many genres in a genre. For example, thesis writing is a genre in which many genres are required. The first one is, you can see that this is the thesis. This is a genre which have two different genres. The genre of report writing, in which we have also we have a genre of introduction, we have genre of literature review, genre of methodology, genre of references. But if we talk about thesis writing, it also has the genre of abstract, genre of introduction, genre of literature review, genre of methodology, genre of analysis, genre of conclusion and finding, and last genre is references. This is all about the example of thesis writing in a genre, different genres in genre. Every type of genre requires certain, we can say that every type of genres requires certain technical vocabulary. Genre is a broader term, so because it has multiple genres. For example, newspaper is also a genre. In one genre of newspaper, there are many genres like news, newsletter to the news and letter to the editors, additionals and editorials, city news, portion, advertisement, etc. So let's discuss here the discourse is a broader form, while genre is a derived form of discourse. So genre is a way in which people get things done through the use of spoken and written language or the written discourses. For example, writing a letter, attending the phone call, it is called genre. So genres are activities performed through language. So genres are ever changing, time specific, event specific, and audience specific. For example, singing, movie writing, and movie making, etc. So we can also say that an event staged purposefully is called genre. This is basically discussed by the Martin. If we talk about the swells from ESP, so swell from the field of English for specific purpose says that he prefers the notion of metaphor. A notion of metaphor for taking about genre instead of definition. He says that the definitions are often not true in all possible words and all possible times, and can prevent us from seeing newly explored or newly emerging genres from what they really are. So according to him, genre is a kind of metaphor used for getting things done. Genre is a time and event specific, and genre are keep on emerging. So if we talk about David Nguyen, he tells that, David Nguyen explained need analysis. He explained that, tell me what you need English for. Means what is the requirement of your English, but why do you need English for? Then I will tell you which English is learned. He explained that the first analyze the student. You have to analyze the student and the need of the student, then make a strategy to teach them. If we talk about the Miller, then according to the Miller, genre is defined not in terms of the substance or the form of discourse, but on the action is used to accomplish. The action is recognized by other people and the genre is accepted over time as a way of doing something. So we can say that genre thus is a kind of social agreement about way of doing things with language in particular social and cultural genre. So if we talk about the Sydney School of Genre Analysis, we can simply say that the notion of genre is important in the teaching of writing and reading. The work of Sydney School of Genre students here, the term schematically or the schematic structure is often used to describe the discourse structure for text. For Martin, the notion of genre corresponds to Malinowski's notion of culture and is responsible for schematic structure of text. The register for the text, on the other hand, correspond to the Malinowski's context of situation and is responsible for the language feature of a text. So, according to him, genre is cultural specific and have particular purpose, stages and linguistics feature associated with them, the meaning of which need to interpreted in relation to the cultural and social context in which they occur. Genre analysis and ESP. So we can simply say that the approach of genre analysis is quite simple. That the approach to genre analysis commonly employed in teaching of ESP is based on the Swell's analysis of the discourse structure of the relation of article introduction. That Swell's used the notion of moves and describe the discourse structure of text. I am going to discuss here again to repeat the ESP. So Swell argued that the communication purpose the communication purpose was the key factor that leads to a person to describe whether a text is an instance of a particular genre or not. He revised view of explained that it is clear that genre may have multiple purposes and that these may be different from each other, or we can say that the participant involved. So the communicative purpose of genre evolve over time. It may change, it may expand, it may shrink over the time. It further vary from culture to culture. So let's discuss here the rhetorical genre study. Yeah, rhetorical, both are the correct. Genre is a part of social process to make knowledge and reality. Genre is a process of being socialization, sharing paves the way of understanding. So, assigning a text to a genre category. So, the concept of who would consume the particular product is kept in mind while designing a genre. The prevailing social tendencies are kept in the mind. So, we can simply discuss here the relationship between genres. A recent development in genre theory has been the notion of genre network, genre chain, genre sets and genre repertories. So specific repertories are specific variety of language. So genres are interlinked. While writing one genre, one need to be good at other genre as well. So special issues are discussed in the specific variety of genre with a specific use of language. For example, letter to the editor, how to coin headline, how to start and end the article, how to write a resume or the CV. So here is the example of genre. We have already discussed it, that thesis writing. In thesis writing we have different genres. The genre of research proposal, in which we have the genre of introduction, genre of literature review, genre of methodology, genre of conclusion, genre of bibliography. They are all going thesis writing has different genres, that the abstract genre. But if we talk about the introduction genre has introduction genre has 4 genres in itself. Introduction genre, research objectives genre, research question genre, significance of the study genre. If we talk about the literature review, it also has 3 genres. The past literature, key terms and theoretical framework. If we talk about the methodology, it is a genre of thesis writing, analysis, findings and conclusion and references. So let's discuss here the writing genre across the culture. The area of research known as constructive rhetoric, or more recently intercultural rhetoric, which looks at the use of genre across culture, also has implications of discussion of genre. So many students in the area of constructive and intercultural rhetoric have focused on the discourse of academic writing in different languages and cultures. So constructive rhetoric has its own origin in the work of Kaplan, 1966, who examined different patterns in the academic essay of students from a number of different languages and cultures. He revised his strong claim that differences in academic writing is the result of cultural differences. If we talk about the spoken genre across the culture, it is much less attention has been given to the differences in spoken genre across culture. Ignatius 1998 examined of ongoing. According to him, he examined ongoing first data in Japan. So he collected data from 61 Japanese women and 67 Japanese men. Then compare finding with the finding of USA research carried some way. He observed, if lady at first date remains silent, it means data is failed, while it is opposite in US. If it makes remain silent, it means data is failed. Because language shapes our thinking, language is used in the variation of stylistic devices. Language represents our thoughts pattern because we think and behave in a language. So culture differences are constructed and the genre analysis is analyzed. It is normative and rule governed, which is according to culture it belongs to. If you talk about the academic writing and meta discourse, that discourse about discourse is called meta-analysis or the meta-discourse. Meta means beyond discourse. The word meta means beyond, so it is beyond discourse. The term meta-discourse is coined by the linguist Zilling Harris, 1959, to describe the way in which a writer or the speaker tries to guide their audience perception for their text. Helen describes meta-discourse as aspects of text which explicitly refer to the organization of the writer's stance toward either in content or reader. If we talk about the interactional rhetoric resource, when we use connector to combine two or more than two sentences, one uses logical connectors. One uses to establish logical connectors between clause sentence of the text. It is called the interactional rhetorical resources. The next one is the steps in genre analysis. The relationship between the text and context is that the text is product of context. There are 7 steps involved in genre analysis that is discussed by the Bhatia in 1993. So the first one is collect sample of the genre you are interested in. Because the more samples you can collect of the genre, however, the better you will be able to identify typical features of the genre. The second one is to consider what is already known about the particular genre. It includes background knowledge, guidebook, manuals and practitioners' advice on the particular genre. Then the third one is refine the analysis by defining the speaker or the writer of the text, etc. Who did this, why did this, what is its social significance. Then the next one is consider goal, purpose of the text. Why do writer write it? Why do reader read it? And what is the purpose behind this genre? Then the fifth one is the typical discourse pattern of genre. How is the text organized? How is it presented and its layout, and what are the features of the language of particular genre? The sixth one is what do people need to know to take part in the genre and world which about the text assumed by reader, the reader's value, belief and assumption of the reader about genre. The last one is network of texts that surround the genre and what extent knowledge is important. So this is all about the steps in genre analysis. So dear students, this is all about genre analysis and discourse and genre analysis. Hopefully this lecture will helpful in for you to discuss about the discourse and genre analysis. Thank you so much and goodbye.